Tuesday, February 21st. Only a week left in February. I don't think there's any balloons in the news, but we got a lot talking about the Ukraine again, what's going on over there, and then a few funny stories to follow up with. Welcome to the patio.
When I was 10, no, I didn't see the wrong kind of wish that I was in. I grew up, thought was living in my head, figured the life that I was living, I'd be better off dead. I watched the winners together.
Welcome to the patio, guys. I'm in studio tonight with the normal crew. Actually, this may be one of the last times we're all together for off and on for the next couple of months. Travel's about to get wild. Let's start over here with my main man to the left, Fortenberry. How are you doing this evening?
I'm good. Just drinking these lattes and enjoying the beginning of the week.
Latte.
Was it enjoyable to you? Was Monday enjoyable to you?
Monday is all right. We'll see if Tuesday's going to be better.
Gary, how was the life of the unworked today?
It was pretty fun. I had a good time. It was, I was there and I did what I needed to do, and I got back home and had baseball today. A lot of baseball.
We had a game this morning, and it was cold, but this afternoon would have been nice for baseball. D-Dub, how are you doing this fine Tuesday morning, Monday evening, however we'll...
The fellow unworked?
The fellow unworked.
I'm good.
How does it feel? How do you feel?
Tired.
Man, I wish I could be like, retire in my late 30s.
I know. You'll never be able to do that. You done passed it.
He's past his prime.
Look, I'm
You're
shooting
past your prime.
I'm
You
shooting
passed
for
your
my
late 30s.
You're going to find a time machine.
I'm shooting for my late 70s. And hey, according to Don Lemon, I'm past my prime.
Yeah, yes, you are. Because Nikki Haley's past her prime.
That's right.
So, Don Lemon, he's actually in trouble now, guys. Have you guys seen the news came out today? Let me see.
We were just talking about it.
No, that.
Oh, there's something different?
Well, it's the same thing, but women from CNN have said they're not going to work with him anymore.
Well, I will say this, and I'm all about I'm not about the cancel culture. I'm not about that you offended me. Boy, it was cringeworthy.
Oh, it was.
Listen to, because as soon as he said that word salad,
Yeah.
he knew he screwed up.
He said, go look it up at Google. I guarantee you he did not look that up in Google.
Well,
I don't even know what the guy said.
oh, do you not? He said Nikki Haley was past her prime.
Okay.
Because women at that age are past their prime. And she's like, what?
So
I'll look it up. I'll see how old she is.
she's 51.
Yeah.
He just kept digging himself deeper, and then this is what I got him. One of the ladies said, "What her prime and what?" And you could tell it was like, "Oh, I didn't."
It was
screwed the boots.
cringy. It was cringy, especially from the look. CNN probably has as many watchers as we do right now on our YouTube channel. So to find that people are talking about them, they probably are loving it right now. They're like, everyone's like, "Where's Waldo? Where's Don Lemon? Let's go find Don Lemon, who is one of the most cringy guys out there from my standpoint." What little I watch him.
I think he's trying to be more like a shock jock being that early, but he's just downing people. And it's like masses of people, like women in their 20s, 30s, and 40s, and 50s.
A lot of people make a living off just talking bad about other people.
They do,
but not on prime time.
Well, dude, like one of my problems with him.
I thought you were gonna say one of my pronouns is.
One of my problems with Don Lemon, Kamala, AOC, trying to think who else. All these people who speak on the white privilege and woe is me and all this are all married to white people. I mean, Don Lemon has a white husband, but yet he believes that white men are, what do you say, that they are all the serial killers are white men, all the mass shooters are white men.
Well, now, that's
He must
not
be into
untruth.
that kind of thing.
That's not,
Yeah.
but that's not an untruth.
Yes, it is.
The majority of serial killers are white men.
Serial killers, yes, not mass shooters.
I don't know. I think if you
No,
look at the numbers,
Look at the numbers.
I'm going to look up numbers.
All you're going to see is I won't say popular, not popular mass shootings, the infamous mass shootings.
Infamous. Like Columbine.
Because right now,
Yeah.
the FBI states that anything with 3 or more is a mass shooting. And go look in Chicago right now how many mass shootings they have.
Man, Chicago's got more problems than that. Did you guys see what's going on with their airports? I think Chicken Little did something about it, but
Who's Chicken Little?
Lori
That woman.
Lightfoot.
Oh,
I was about-
Beetlejuice?
I was about to say,
that's
someone
it. Sorry.
said Beetlejuice
She
3
reminds me of
times.
Chicken Little, blah, 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 Chicken Little. But the airport. So look, homeless people cold in Chicago.
I saw that.
They
yeah.
started going into the baggage claim area and just camping out, and they were leaving them there. People get off their plane, grab their luggage if it's there, and there's someone taking a crap in the middle.
Yeah,
of
I mean,
and they have bathrooms there, so at some point it's just them being degenerate.
And if that man that worked for the nuclear division for Biden, if he came through, your luggage wouldn't be there.
Was this O'Hare or Midway?
O'Hare.
O'Hare.
Yeah, the busy one. I think they actually finally cleaned it up, but
Is that the one that used to have Harry Carey's in it?
Yeah.
Seriously, it was
Yes,
great.
I believe so.
oh the
Restaurant,
bar.
restaurant.
Yeah, they had buffalo chips.
Yeah.
They were awesome.
I bet they didn't have it downstairs where the homeless were hanging out, but they might.
They probably canceled a flight because of that. Every time I go through O'Hare, I always get canceled or
I've
laid
never
over.
I've never set foot
I've
in
only
O'Hare.
been through O'Hare once and lost a bag, and
Makes
that's the only
sense.
time I've ever lost
Makes
a bag.
sense.
I've
No,
never,
it showed up
I've
2
never
days
flown
later.
north. I've never flown north anyway. So
Never, nowhere north.
Nowhere.
Lucky for you.
St. Louis is as far as north I've flown.
Look at you, Yankee. Yankee Doodle.
That's when me and Rusty got on that $15 flight.
Oh, yeah, to get his truck.
That was during Trump era, so
Air-
you won't get that in a
Air
$15
Force One.
Biden.
That's
flight.
right at the point where
No, it's-
sweet tea stops.
It was Air Choice One's what it was.
Air choice.
Look,
one.
I knew we was in trouble. We walked up and they weighed us before we got on the plane. They said they didn't know how much fuel to put in. I was like, just top it off.
Wasn't there like a little girl staring at you the whole time?
Oh,
Made you
this,
uncomfortable.
so the seats.
Fill it up, man.
Yeah, fill it up. So the seats, it's
Kind of like a train where they flip over, wasn't it?
well, they're looking at
front-
each other.
Oh, okay.
So this little girl's in front of me, and I say little. She was probably 19, 20, something like that. And she was holding a Hello Kitty doll.
19 or 20? Hold
Yeah.
on. Okay, that's great.
And
They're
she was
nervous. That's
she
her-
was
her
terrified.
Blankie. That's her blankie.
And we getting ready to take off before she starts squeezing this thing tight. And I said, hey, don't worry about it. It's fine. We'll all arrive at the scene of the accident together.
You're an evil man. man. That's just evil. That's like, is that not just beating up on kids basically
When
mentally?
she's in front of you, though, she may get there slightly before you do. It just depends. It just depends.
So look, I'm in my seat, and the seat leans back, and I'm like, Rusty's leaned all the way back, and mine is not doing nothing. I'm slamming it back, and I look back, and I'm hitting the door handle on the back door. This was a
So
small
what
plane.
if you had kept going and the door flies up? You weren't flying high, right? You were like 1,500 feet or something like that.
I was above the clouds, all I know.
Oh, you were that high. I remember Rusty talking about you could see the cars down below. I was supposed to join you guys on that
I know.
flight. And
I'm
had
gonna
to
tell you
work
right
the
now,
car.
you would have been uncomfortable.
I'm always uncomfortable on flights, so that's nothing new. So there's flights all over the world. There was, look, Jamie, you're president. You and Gary's president. Joe Biden made a
absolutely.
surprise visit to Kiev on President's Day. So rather than here letting us honor our president and the history of our presidents, or going to Ohio and letting the people know that he cares,
He go in 170 miles or 4,000 miles.
yeah, he goes 4,000 miles. 'Cause, by the way, nobody's been to Ohio yet. We'll get to that in a minute. But he not only went there, but promised another $500 million in American taxpayer-funded weapons.
Well,
I
made
wouldn't go to Ohio either.
I made a TikTok today. Go out and look at my TikTok. It said it was a picture of Zelensky.
Is it the picture of them hugging?
No, it's a picture
Okay, I
of them
haven't seen
beside
it.
each other. And the caption I wrote on there, when your banker hand delivers your money.
Yeah, it was a money song playing in the background.
Yeah, there's a money song playing.
I didn't see that.
But so your banker brings your money to you. That must be awesome.
Must be.
It is.
So the Congress, we know, recently appropriated $113 billion towards the Ukraine response efforts. Excuse me. Biden met with Zelensky at Mariinsky Palace just days before the one-year anniversary of the start of conflict. You had something for it, Barry?
Mm-hmm.
I thought I saw you stick your finger up.
I was getting that disease away
Oh,
from
yeah.
him.
I was
COVID.
I was coughing on
So
that.
the vax has got the COVID.
Oh, they got the COVID.
Yeah. Zelensky said the results of the visit will surely be seen and will surely be reflected on the battlefield in liberating our territories.
I'm sure it will.
Yeah, because it's going to be the American flag on everything. Well, did they spray paint over the American flag when we give them weapons?
I don't know.
They write "not" in front of it, so
Not you. Oh,
Not-
so
not
it's
US.
like non-U.S.
No.
So this is not USA.
So look, all I could think about was Kamala Harris sit there and say, "Let's send him over there, and maybe they'll do a Archduke Ferdinand,
Oh man.
and solve our whole problem. Then we all be in war."
Yeah.
So what I
He
think is
got
funny
set
about
up.
it is that we go over there and give Ukraine money, and then we're like, can't believe you Chinese people are giving the Russians money.
Exactly, yeah.
No, it's the same
Get
sentence.
out of here, dude. How you gonna be upset? You're doing the same thing.
Yep.
Fortenberry, Marjorie Taylor Greene? How do you feel about her? Because I've got
you wanna know
I've got a
exactly how I
couple
feel about
things.
it? I'll
She
hit-
got a tweet that really
Here's
hit Mark.
exactly how I feel about it. I did not realize how attractive she was to the State of the Union address.
Taylor.
From an intelligence standpoint, or just
No,
literally
from a
like-
physical standpoint.
smoking.
Mentally, I think she might be a little out
I don't
there.
know. I think you and her are well aligned because I've got a couple stories about her. This one was a tweet she made today.
I think he just called you not so smart and attractive.
No, actually, this just
long as he said
aligns
attractive.
with, I believe, more. Anyway, today she tweeted that similar picture there of Biden and Zelensky. And today on our President's Day, Biden, the President of the United States, chose Ukraine over America while forcing the American people to pay for Ukraine's government and war. I cannot express how much Americans hate Joe Biden. See, you're really liking her now, aren't you?
Dude.
I think Gary's actually liking her too.
She sounds,
she
she
was a
sounds
little-
beautiful.
She was a little out there, and then I saw her in that white dress, toting that balloon around at the State of the Union address, and I'm like, yeah, she's easy on the
So
eyes.
not only did he go there, but the Russians decided to make.
They went there too?
Well, they had some
It's a
things
party.
to discuss.
But
Let me
Putin
make sure I
showed
can
up too.
find- Look, did it make sense? Actually, the pundits, Russian pundits, were upset because Biden or Putin didn't bomb the area that Biden was in and just get rid of him. President.
Dang, they better
I
be
missed
careful. It could
the
probably
article.
get better if they get rid of him. I
Well,
don't know where, but there's
wait.
got to be better somewhere.
We'd have Kamala.
Well, that ain't even better.
Come on,
Well, that's what the Russians were even saying. That was actually the article I was trying to find. Putin allies say Biden's surprise visit to Ukraine proves Zelensky is his servant. Okay.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah. They also said that Russian officials and state media talking heads said President Joe Biden's surprise trip proved that he was his servant. He left in secret on Sunday, flying to Poland, and then taking a 10-hour train ride so he could stand alongside Zelensky 4 days before the 1 year anniversary.
Why is our president riding a train from Poland to
Doesn't that seem risky?
a train.
look, in his defense, he probably thought it was
Yeah.
Thomas.
Yeah, trains are more fun for kids.
I've got to find this other story. Hold on.
He thought he was headed to Hogwarts,
He wanted to show trains were
Oh,
safe.
here it is.
And he rode a European train.
So
and
look,
it didn't derail, did it?
No, it didn't.
this was the
It
story
didn't.
I was trying to find.
That's why he was telling us trains are safe.
Trains are safe.
Oh, look,
Watch.
I'll ride any Japanese or European train. They're safe.
So Russia's propagandists discuss why Kremlin let Biden visit with guarantees because for them he's a better option than VP Harris, who has no restraints or opinion. So the reason they didn't blow him up is they also don't want Kamala Harris in the White House.
Well, I go back to why is the sitting president of the United States touring a battlefield in another country that we are supposed to be not involved in?
Not officially at war or anything. Yeah.
Look, and I know
Is this a proxy war?
yeah, absolutely, and I know this is not what we're discussing, but I've kind of came to the conclusion that I'm not anti free health care. But there's our free health care money right there. You don't have to raise our taxes. Quit sending money all over the world.
I agree with that.
Yep.
You're taking money from poor people to send it to other countries for rich people.
And
That's all you do.
And veterans, yeah. Taking money from veterans.
You could even argue the unhomed. I mean, we got them living everywhere.
Talking about the homeless folks?
The Garys of the world.
You're taking away from us Californians.
Zelensky in his, I guess today he also, and I guess we probably said it first, warns of World War III if China allies with Russia. I think it's too late. I think they already are.
I thought
allied with
they've been
the-
allied since before the first invasion. Guaranteed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious. Like, Russia's broke and doesn't have anything. They're running out of gas and all kinds of stuff.
China and Belarus are going to be their allies. What do you have in that bottle?
It's like a little tea bag thing. I'm getting tea bag.
He likes tea
Teabags.
bags. Tea bag.
All right, let me see here.
I was going to say somebody has been using it as a spit cup.
So in there, look, we're going to be touching on this war thing a lot.
That sounds like something Joe Biden would say.
Yeah.
What, touching on this war thing. YouTube's in trouble again. They censored journalists who exposed the U.S. as culprit in the Nord Stream pipeline explosions. There was no missing that. Yeah, so social media platform places filters and restrictions on video, limiting the reach of an interview with material damaging to the Biden administration.
Pretty sure when it blew up, I said we blew that up.
That's
probably.
you're the reason now, Donnie, that
I was
we
like,
only
we
have
blew
20,
that up.
20
That wasn't an
views
accident.
I think
on-
you called
on our-
that a long time
You've
ago.
got us banned for being monetized.
Yes.
Yes, we'd be making millions right now
Man.
if not for you.
We'll be making dollars by now.
We'd be making $15.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on to some quick takes going on in the news. If I can get my story to load up here. Japan
crap.
has will no longer have developed the world's lowest developed world's lowest age of consent. So age of consent is when a person can consent to having relations with another person. The age of consent in Asian countries remained unchanged since 1907 and was originally 13 years old.
That's pretty low.
What is it now? What do they move it to?
13 and a half.
16.
Okay.
I think it'll be like 14.
I don't like
You
16.
would.
I don't like 16, but
Gary
it's
likes,
better than 13.
Gary like 16 sounds solid.
Check
No,
this
it's
out.
better. Way better.
The age of consent is 14 in Germany, 15 in France, and 16 in the United Kingdom and most of the United States.
Jeez.
So throughout Europe, it's still quite low. It's still quite low.
Okay, so let me think. What's that? Back.
I don't know.
It's when you're moving something.
13's super young.
13 super low, but now I'll say this: in some of these low income countries where the life expectancy is not as high, does that play a role in the lower?
Well, yeah, back in the early U.S.
Yeah, maybe at
days,
some
you
point.
could do that. I mean,
Especially like you get into Eastern Europe and
Yeah,
places
like what he just said, even in the U.S., they used to marry really young. What about
Well,
when
yeah, 'cause they died,
kings?
yeah.
Kings used to take crazy young wives all the time, right?
You know what I mean? I suppose if you died in your 50s, I mean,
yeah,
getting married when you're 14, it's not crazy.
yeah. No, it's. I think it's still too young,
Well,
but
yeah, it's
it's
absolutely
still
too
too
young.
young. But
All those
but
things
developing-
change based
develop-
on society, like everything.
it's got to be.
Yeah.
It's society based.
Hey, listen to this. This blew my mind. I learned this today. Mexico legalized.
forgot it already.
Mexico legalized gay marriage in 1897.
Wow.
Wow.
Really?
Talk about progressive.
Wow.
That I was stunned.
And that didn't ruin their government or ruin. Oh, I guess maybe that's what the whole.
Their government is gonna-
That's what they're going to hear.
I don't think this will run this though.
No.
But that stunned me. I mean, that's damn near 100 years
It's been a long
before
time.
our America did it.
You moving down to Mexico?
Well, I could have moved there the whole time apparently.
Could have.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, we talked about earlier, and we actually should have probably did this story first, but oh well. She also stated that we need a national divorce. She calls for the need to separate by red states and blue states and shrink the federal government in her President's Day message.
So does Sarah Silverman.
National divorce.
National divorce is not civil war, but Biden and the neocons are leading us into World War III. We're forcing corporate ESG and gender confusion on our kids.
Ginger confusion?
Gender.
Okay.
Arkansas is going to join with Texas, and we're going to start our own nation. There you go.
The University of
Called Texarkana.
It's called Texarkana. Texarkana will actually be our capital.
Is that treason for her to make that statement?
No. I think it's a valid statement. I believe that. I believe, I don't want to break America up, but I also believe, at some point, does America get too big for one government?
I think so.
I mean, you could argue with there.
Yeah, that's,
we're 50-50 on a lot of things.
Who else has as much land mass and different regional areas as we do? Russia?
Russia, probably, but they don't have as many people, or it's the way the population is distributed.
Yeah, Asia's. It's split
Well,
up.
Asia's a continent.
I was going to say it's split up into
China.
different things.
Yeah, but
right?
China don't count because it's communist. Because it always bothers me when I hear people say the black culture. Black's not a culture. I have more in common with the black kids I grew up with in Parkin, Arkansas than I have with a white guy in Wisconsin.
True.
Color is not a culture.
America is a melting pot.
Yeah, exactly.
You go to Chinese, I doubt China has much of a black culture.
But
for one, they don't accept people like that.
Just in the U.S. alone, though, you have coon asses. I guess I should say Creole. You have Creole. You have the Mississippi Delta. You have what do they call like Alabama, Georgia? They call that the
I mean,
Deep
you got
South.
Italian, you got Greeks, you got African people, you got all kinds of people because everybody came from.
You know, like
we're a melting pot.
yeah, we're melting
And we
pot,
always have
but
been.
regions have their own culture.
Sure they do.
They do.
Yeah.
So I mean,
So she went a little bit further, and I'm going to read what she said again. We need a national divorce. We need to separate by red states. Blue states shrink the federal government. Everyone I talk to says this, she added. From the sick and disgusting woke culture issues shoved down our throats to the Democrat, traitorous America last policies, we are done. She said Biden didn't go to East Palestine, Ohio on President's Day. He went to Ukraine. It's a non-NATO nation whose leader is an actor and is apparently now commanding our United States military to world war. We must impeach this America last fool before it's too late. She fired off in a subsequent tweet. Could you put Trump's voice to that? And can you
With
hear
AI,
Trump
you
saying
can.
that? Actually, you can.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, those are strong words. Now, I don't think she's anybody that really has much power, and they actually try to make a fool out of this lady every chance they can. But she had some pretty powerful words to say there.
Listen, I don't necessarily
I
disagree
don't
with her.
necessarily disagree with her either.
I mean,
Something must give.
I mean, currently United States is not currently united. We're.
I mean, because let's be real honest.
Let's be honest.
I figure a Democrat from Arkansas is more aligned with my views than a Republican from California.
I'd agree with that.
Yes, I'd agree with that.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean it's not even a party line thing.
Well, I think it goes back to culture, these regions, and also, we have different problems here in Arkansas than
Absolutely.
they do in California. That's going to
Absolutely.
change your culture. It's just what's going to be.
I mean, like we have different exports. I mean, we lead the country in meth
And diamonds, yeah.
and diamonds
Yep. They're the same color.
in that order.
And probably dental. If we got our teeth fixed, we could probably
Yeah.
lead it in dental because, meth wrecks your teeth worse than the United Kingdom does over there. Did an F-22 shoot down an Illinois hobby group small radio balloon?
Yes.
Did we
Yes.
go
Yes, it
balloon
did.
crazy?
Probably
We
Is that
not.
what
We
happened?
did.
That's probably a cover.
It's
No,
I don't know.
no, it's not a
That-
cover.
At least one of them, they're pretty sure because they were tracking this thing,
Yeah,
and it
they were
disappeared
filming
at the exact point where the
That's
one
quite
got
a
shut
story
down.
that you got there.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yes, Donnie's right. It could be covered, but I also believe that
I hope it is. I hope it is covered.
I don't think it is.
I don't think it's cover. I think it was actual balloon, a $12 balloon.
I think we went crazy.
Because he
And-
got criticized so badly.
Yeah.
So it's still he still played into what he wanted to do, show that we're shooting down, all these crazy balloons that could be invaders when he knew it wasn't a real balloon. But we still let the China blue go all
What's
the
a
way.
real balloon, Gary?
Okay, not a spy balloon.
I just hope that they don't call in the Air Force on like a next wedding I go
I bet
to.
that balloon, that hobby balloon, was about to prove the world was actually flat.
Yeah, they
Probably.
did.
And there are more lands beyond Antarctica. And that's
That
why we
was
had
the
to
one
take it
balloon
down.
that was going to show us
That's
the
why
was
we
flat.
had to take it down.
All right, you keep bringing up his flat Earth. I actually ran across, I think, a TikTok or a YouTube video. Man, this dude was pretty. He pointed out some
there's a
stuff
bunch of good- yeah.
I had never. Now look, I don't believe Earth's flat, but man, he had like this ring theory. You guys heard the ring?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the ice ring.
Oh,
Around
no.
Antarctica,
It's the way
right?
the sun moves.
Oh yeah. What's that sound?
I like a harmonica.
It's the way the sun moves in these rings. Like when it changes by seasons and how long it takes to go around. It was pretty well thought out. And look, if we can convince people the Earth is round, there's no telling we can convince people. There's no telling we can convince.
Yeah, you gain nothing by convincing people the world's flat though.
We can convince that
Everybody around. I
we
mean,
can
Yeah,
convince
that's true. I said it backwards, didn't I?
yeah, but you gain nothing. Yeah.
we convince people that a $12 balloon's a terrorist and we take it down.
Take it down. They're about to prove everything.
Oh, Jamie, I've got a good.
Well, we'll
funny one
convince
for you
people that
guys.
one guy blew up the buildings in Oklahoma City. So
Yeah.
Why do I keep throwing stuff for you? How is that? All right, Gary, I got a great one for you. You'll
What's
love
that?
this.
he actually did have help.
absolutely, yeah.
The which one? Who had help?
But they never arrested anybody else.
It was two people, though.
Who was it? What are you talking about? I missed something.
What's his name?
You're talking about the
McVeigh,
we're talking about the
McVeigh.
Oklahoma,
Yeah,
Oklahoma
McVeigh.
City bottoming.
Oh, there was.
Yeah, but nobody else went to jail for it.
So the guy helped him build all these bombs, and all of a sudden he was out on
Did
like
he make it to
the
jail?
time when it was time to go.
He died in jail, didn't he?
Please so, yeah.
Yeah.
Killed him or something. Meghan Markle, she's very sad again. Have you guys heard about this? This is good.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
have not.
I have heard this.
You have heard? Oh man.
What is she sad for?
Well, she's very sad ever since she's been a princess, but she's very upset at, of all people, South Park because the way they depicted her.
Have you not seen this?
I haven't seen this. How
She
they
has been
I've
upset
seen
and
it.
overwhelmed by her depiction on South Park for days after irreverent U.S. cartoon described Duchess as sorority girl actress influencer victim.
So listen, they went.
That's awesome.
So look, I haven't
It's
watched the show
awesome.
yet, but I've seen
I
a
have
bunch
not.
of clips. They went on.
I will watch it tonight.
Yeah,
We're gonna have
they
to.
went on a worldwide respect my privacy tour.
That's kind of like counter. Yeah.
Like there's one scene where the prince is naked rubbing his dong against Kyle's window. He says,
No.
"Respect my privacy. Leave us alone."
So it's like the Kardashians getting mad
Oh, my
because the
God.
paparazzi's follow.
Yeah.
Look, this lady, and every time she does it, she gets more attention. But I want to read it one more time because I just thought it was so good. Sorority girl actress, influencer, victim is how they described her. Oh my gosh.
Yep, the worldwide respect my privacy tour.
Respect my privacy tour. Buy your tickets now.
You know, South Park is the most honest show ever.
Oh, they're
Ever. Like they don't hold back on anybody. They are
No, they'll give it
either
to
left
anybody.
or right. They just go for it.
Dude,
I love it.
The greatest episode ever was the John Kerry. Was it John Kerry and George Bush?
I don't know.
I think that was
This
it. It
next
was,
line is
you had to
hilarious.
select between a giant douche and a
No. That was Trump and
no,
Hillary.
no.
I thought it was a douche and a turd sandwich.
Was that Trump and Hillary?
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
Okay,
you had to
look.
choose between-
And then Trump won, which was Mr. Garrison.
Royal commentators told Fox News that representatives for the pair are now watching the series closely for any more attacks. According to sources close to the royals, it appears that ex-royals, like so many things with Meghan and Harry, this may have legal ramifications. Sue them. Go ahead, sue them. Because,
Dude,
I mean, can we not have satire
They
anymore?
survived Scientology.
Can we not have satire anymore? I mean, are
Not
we
many
really?
people do.
Yeah, they survived Scientology. They make fun of everybody. You know what? I get uncomfortable when they crack jokes on Jesus. But I mean,
But they do it on everybody.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
but
you're
you
gonna go
can't-
in front of court and tell them they like separated someone, pointed someone out. They'd be like, "No, look, we make fun of everybody."
They make fun of everybody.
They apparently called him the Prince and Princess of Canada.
yeah. That's,
A young royal couple who loudly begged for privacy while drawing attention to themselves. The redheaded prince and his wife, who wears the same pink outfit that Meghan wore for Trooping the Color in 2018, are seen promoting the prince's book, Wog, the cover of which strongly resembles Harry.
no. It's pronounced wah.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, if you watch the it's
Yeah, I
pronounced
thought you
wah.
hadn't watched it. What'd
I've
you
seen
see,
a bunch of
clips?
clips. I've seen a
Oh,
bunch of
okay.
He
clips.
pretty much watched the whole episode through
Yeah.
clips.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Just in it.
It's
like,
pronounced wah. Yeah.
They call it the dumb prince and his stupid wife.
There's one thing. Kyle's trying to go to bed, and he calls the cops. He said they won't be quiet. They're like in their front yard shooting fireworks off, saying, "Stop looking at us."
The show opens with Kyle's younger brother, Ike, adopted from Canada, inconsolable as the news that the Queen of Canada, who resembles the late Queen Elizabeth II, is dead. Oh, this is we
Yeah.
gotta watch this.
I'm
We
gonna
may
watch
need to
it.
watch it.
I haven't seen it yet.
All right. More entertainment news.
We'll do
Guess
a
what?
live cast of
Oh,
the
this is
South Park episode.
I haven't probably watched South Park episode in
Nah,
20
I do.
years.
20 years. Oh my god.
Dude, I started watching Rick and Morty. It's hilarious.
Look, there's something else going on in the entertainment world this week. Do you know what happens this week?
Yeah,
I'm be disappointed if y'all don't.
I know.
happens this week entertainment wise?
Yeah. It's the week.
Week 2 of XFL.
Nope.
That was terrible last week. by the way.
It's a
Well, TMZ report on it.
probably not.
Okay.
but we've reported on it.
Okay.
We had early on. We reported on. Are you ready for
Cocaine
Cocaine
Bear.
Bear?
Cocaine
there
Bear.
you go.
I sent y'all.
Coke.
I sent y'all a movie clip.
I
Did y'all
remember
see
now.
it?
I think TMZ will
I think
report
we
on
did.
this.
I didn't watch it. I was too disappointed. to watch it.
Cocaine Bear opens this week.
I still agree with you, T. Escobar, Pablo Escobar would be much better.
Yeah,
It's
apparently
hilarious.
though they really take a twist on the story. I think there's gangsters involved. and
Yeah,
all
it's
that.
like kids are sitting there and the bear climbs up a tree and attacks a guy.
Yeah, I've seen the previews for it. It's really good looking. I
They
like
ventured off from the true story.
it. Yeah.
Well, it's probably a pretty boring movie otherwise.
I don't
Sure.
know.
I don't know though. Our version of it was pretty good.
It was.
I liked. Was it the Killer whale, maybe. What all did we say was better than a bear on cocaine? Donnie
Bigfoot
had
on cocaine.
Bigfoot on cocaine.
Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Donnie said a goat on cocaine.
There was something I
Did
was
I?
reading here.
Yes, you said a
Goats
goat.
are mean,
Oh, you
man.
did. He did say a goat.
He said a goat.
Because that joker would headbutt you. wouldn't he?
Headbutt.
Goats are mean.
They
They
are
talk
mean.
about they're talking about Colombia's cocaine hippos. Now I don't think they're actually on coke, but they got there because Pablo wanted cocaines. Have you guys ever studied Pablo Escobar?
He wanted
No,
cocaine.
Oh shit, he wanted hippos. Man, I'm weird.
Give me one
Give me
cocaine.
one cocaine.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's how Donnie was with his narcotics. I would take one cocaine, please.
one cocaine.
Yeah, I would like one cocaine's. And I'll put it in a little plastic bag.
Pablo Escobar. There's some interesting movies and stuff about him out there. He was a terrible man that did
Interesting
terrible
guy.
things, but a very interesting guy.
I think he's terrible based on your perspective of him.
Yeah,
people around him
and I
loved
think I think
Yeah,
different time frames. There was a time frame early on, at least some stuff I've studied, where he was a people's guy. He was for the people. But as he got older, he got paranoid. Dude may have been the wealthiest person in the world.
Oh, he probably was.
The amount of money he was dealing with and selling cocaine, and to put all that together, what was he in the 80s, 70s, 80s?
70s, 90s. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty impressive. I mean, today it'd probably be a whole lot easier.
and they say minorities can't make money.
I bet you anything they used him as like the model for the Dos Equis guy. The most interesting man in the world.
I don't know, but that meme of him sitting on that swing, I picture Jamie doing that sometimes.
What, sitting on a swing?
Yep.
Yeah, where he's that's a movie though.
All right, so we talked about cocaine bear. We talked about cocaine
That's
hippos
narcos.
with them one cocaines. We have talked about the goat. We've talked about the other cocaines. But have you heard about the Irish rooster?
On cocaine?
No, it might have been.
That'd be scary on cocaine.
An
That's
Irish rooster with a violent past kills a man with a tack to the back of his legs.
Dang.
That's a bad dude.
Damn.
Victim suffered from a puncture wound on his lower leg caused by a rooster relocated to his place of residence after attacking a child. So the rooster attacked a child. Man, I'm tongue-tied tonight. I need bourbon. I'm not drinking bourbon tonight. The rooster attacked a child, so they gave it to some man. He was probably getting ready to eat it, and the rooster killed the man.
Well, I mean, like he died from the wound or from infection from the wound, or
He was attacked by a Brahma chicken. Never even heard of that one.
That's got to be big, man.
Brahma bulls are. I expect to be the size of a bull.
Maybe a chicken ran up, tore his leg smooth off.
They said it was a sudden death. Let me see.
sudden-
if it said-
gee.
Wow.
It's one of those with like
is
the
impressive.
Is there a
he was
major
laying
artery
swords
in
on
your?
its hands.
He was laying on the ground in the kitchen in a pool of blood. I bet he had that chicken in there getting ready to kill it. I bet he was going to harvest that chicken.
The chicken grabbed the knife,
That chicken got that jugular with that back claw that he didn't pull.
the
wonder what
jugular
happened
in
to
his
the chicken.
leg. Come on now,
He said that.
They look when they got there, he was still conscious, and he kept going out, and he kept going rooster, and that's how they figured out how he died.
Rooster.
That's crazy. Absolutely.
maybe he loved the rooster. He's like, take care of the
Or
rooster.
it was a drug
could
dealer
be.
named Rooster.
Look, that dude said, "I'm thinking with some chicken fingers." That rooster said, "Not today."
Speaking of chicken, you guys like boneless wings?
Oh, I love.
It's a chicken nugget.
I love boneless wings.
Yeah, all right, this
I love
is the
wings.
great debate of the day. This is where I was getting to. Is boneless wings really a wing?
No, it's like a
No,
breast,
it's not.
isn't it?
It's a breast.
It's a
Where is this coming from?
I don't know. It's weird.
chicken nugget. It's a
Seems
chicken
like
nugget.
somebody's moving.
It's breast
nobody's moving.
and rib meat.
How the boneless wing became a tasty culinary lie. And it was 2022.
I mean, they're
Have
tasty.
they only been around that long?
I mean, they're
20
good.
No.
They've been
They've been around forever.
Yeah.
boneless wings been out for.
Dude, what's
It's
the place?
just a
what's the
nugget, though.
place
It's
in-
just a fancy nugget.
Buffalo Wild Wings has had boneless
Yeah,
wings
but what's the
forever.
place in
Oh, Wings to Go?
Jonesboro? Was that
Jonesboro?
Wings to Go?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had them for
No, that was
15 years ago.
Is that wings to go? Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
I was
They
thinking
were
Is that not
Wingstop.
just a chicken nugget, though? I mean,
Yeah,
It's a chicken nugget.
their
and
garbage
sauce.
fries are awesome.
They were. I'm
You
sure
know,
they
I've
still
never
have
been
them. I
there.
just haven't been.
Yeah.
All
but
their
they're-
food used to be awesome.
Yeah, they're just a chicken nugget though. I mean, they're good. And
They're good.
I would get them sometimes.
Well,
just
they're
'cause you
easy
could
to
just-
eat, right?
Yeah, you
It
pop
just
in your
depends how neat I want to be, how clean I want to be it done, because I can eat those with a fork. You know, I don't have to use my hands and get up in the
doesn't get all up in
In
the
the-
beard.
in
mouth.
the.
And
In
as
the
I've gotten older too, I can't stand a drummy.
what I actually
No,
I
I
like.
prefer drums.
Do you? I want the wing. I want the flapper.
The older I get, the more I like the
I like
flats, too.
just the drums.
I want the
easier.
whole damn wing.
No,
That's what
I know
want.
that flat. I just
Oh man, you
I
know
want the whole wing.
that's
like it.
probably worse than the boneless wing. When they started charging
The party
wing
wings.
price for half a stinking wing.
For party wings.
Yeah, because what we shouldn't be arguing about is whether I like flats or
Yeah, we
or
don't
drums.
flats or drums.
That should be one.
That's
wing.
not
be a
wing,
whole
right.
wing. That's a lie. I think we should do a class action lawsuit on
There
that.
should probably
When
be.
you ask for a wing, you should get a whole wing.
we didn't land on Plymouth Rock.
It landed on us.
You think they have boneless wings? Plymouth Rock.
We didn't land on Tyson.
You know,
Tyson landed on us.
I got a funny story to tell. You guys are going. Look, this would have been 1993 probably, maybe 94. I was in college. I was an engineering major, and there was a guy, a buddy of mine. I'm not going to mention his name. He's probably not listening, but I'm not going to mention his name. He was a poli-sci major, and he had been to some.
What's their pronouns? Is that kind of like a pansexual?
No, I think he goes by he's.
No,
and
that's a
she.
Pokemon.
He's
Poli-sci.
he's a he.
Poli-sci major?
It's
But
a Pokemon.
ended up becoming a lawyer. But he had gone to some Tyson event, and he come back and tried to convince me that Tyson was breeding boneless chickens so that they could ensure
I got a chicken like
that.
he's just,
No, look, this wasn't a one-time deal. We had this huge debate. Yeah, because there was a computer science engineer down the hallway from us. And I said, we got to get him over here. So I said, hey, Rob, come here. Listen to what he's telling us. His name Rob. I'll tell you his name. So I'm like, listen to what he's telling us. And he said, and he was getting red-faced and angry. And he was like, I'm telling you now that Tyson is raising boneless chickens in this, like, big warehouse. I'm like, what do they do? Pump in food. This is right. Why do they pump in food? Because that's the only way they could ensure that when you get a boneless chicken strip or a boneless wing, there's no bones in it.
So it's like an octopus, like
It's a blob
you guys
with a
like
head.
chicken
Is it
octopus.
chicken puss?
Look,
Yeah,
one
chicken
thing
puss.
for sure, that rooster, the boneless chicken rooster, is not going to kill you.
It's a jellyfish now.
Could you imagine, though? I mean,
With feathers.
I bet he would argue with me that
Listen,
today. When we get further along, I'm going to call him. We're going to have this argument.
I had a
on
guy that used to work with me. He had all kinds of just crazy jobs. One of them was he worked at Tyson, and his job was they'd take chickens, they reach on their grandmother's feet, hang them upside down. They run through a machine that cuts their throats.
Oh, so still alive when he grabbed the chicken.
Yeah, that wasn't his job.
Were they
Okay.
boneless chickens or were they had bones in
They
them?
had bones.
So
That's why they
his
couldn't run
job
away.
was to sit on the other side of the net cutting machine with a hand knife and catch everyone that came through that didn't get killed.
Oh, that sucks.
So if you got a slick chicken that
You know, we think we got it tough. No
Look,
wonder we need
I'll tell you-
migrants to
I'll
do
tell you
this.
more of his job.
No, I don't think we need to put it on the
Listen,
air.
So I asked him, just like curiosity.
it's an odd job.
I said, "What? Yeah, it is." I said, "What's the chances that?" Oh, he said, "No, man." He said, "Like 50% of them will get killed."
So this dude's
I
like
said, yeah,
this dude's
all day
fruit,
long. He said, "They
freaking
go
fruit ninja." And
Couldn't you guys
chickens.
see Gary though with two knives and he's sitting there these chickens?
I couldn't do it.
I could.
He'd be
I could
crying.
I'd bring every live chicken home with me.
They're not really live. Their heads are like leaning to the side.
So
He'd have a yard full of like half-headed chickens.
the same guy. Another one of his jobs. He worked at a nursing home, and his job was
Oh dang! I don't even want to know what you're
when
about to
people
say.
I
when
probably
people
don't
would die, he'd have to give them a bath before they got to
gee,
pick
that
them up.
sucks. That sucks.
Like, dude,
Why?
I figure they do
Don't
that.
they do that at the funeral
Yeah, at
home?
the funeral.
maybe he worked at a funeral home, but his job was to give deceased people baths.
If he worked at a funeral home, it makes more sense.
Are they like?
Maybe he was perverted.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're not. This guy's a serial killer.
Deceased people though,
Maybe he just like. Maybe he told me they took showers together. I can't
Look here,
remember.
sir. You're lucky to be alive.
but they can do like their bodies can move spontaneously after death, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
nerves
what-
firing.
I wonder how you ever get used to that crap.
You practice by killing chickens first.
Yeah, boneless chickens at that. So here's another one. Look, you guys out here giving us bad reviews. Actually, I
Become a
don't know of
heartless
any
chicken.
bad reviews.
We got a bad review?
No, but
Oh, okay.
you better hope you don't because a German ballet director has set the precedence. He was suspended over a feces attack on a critic. I guess he was like one of those apes at the zoo.
That's
throwing
what that
feces.
monkey.
So a German newspaper critic had animal feces smeared on her face in the city of Hanover by a ballet director who took offense at a review she wrote.
Hope she don't have pink eye.
Well, that was a terrible review, wasn't it?
What do you walk up to him? And
Man, he took it hard.
I want
I
to.
wouldn't want to touch it.
I want to know how they determine it was animal feces.
Oh, that's a good point.
It was animal feces. I
That's
missed
what
that.
it says. That's what it says.
Maybe he had a glove on.
Yeah, that makes it feel
It's
better.
a bit nutty.
That wasn't feces.
That was a rooster egg.
It was a rooster eggs.
Look, we're on a chicken kick tonight and didn't intend to be. McDonald's now debuts plant-based McNuggets.
They're going to turn
They're
you to
going
zombies.
foul-free. The Chicago-based
That
fast
dude will
food
probably
giant.
convince you they're growing chicken plants in there too. They're growing chicken plants.
So if they don't have bones, they're probably not chicken.
if
They're
it's
gonna be
plant
plant
based, it's
chickens.
got to be a chicken plant.
Germany will be the first market to get them. Wow.
Good for Germans. That's what they get for World War
Isn't
II.
that what we're feeding our kids in school right now? Anyhow, it's like a
Is it
a
really?
pink,
Soy,
pink paste. A pink paste.
knows?
I
now.
don't look. I'm weird, but I preferred the McDonald's pink paste quarter pounder over the current quarter.
They want everything to go to meatless, man, because you got to let everything live.
Everything
out there.
goes
Oh,
soy.
so check out how great these sound. McPlant nuggets made from peas, corn, and wheat with a tempura batter. It might not look much different than them current nuggets because there's nothing looks chickeny in that nugget.
I bet you it's got gluten in it though.
I never thought those nuggets were actually chicken, but boy, are they good.
They are
You
delicious.
throw the hot mustard on them jokers.
Man,
Sweet and sour,
mustard,
man.
hot mustard is the king of all sauces.
Hot
Sweet and
mustard
sour.
pretty good. Barbecue sauce is just a solid. You know, it just is what it is. You gotta have barbecue sauce.
Hot mustard, even with the fries, it's the king of all sauces.
It was.
I
It's
thought
a standard.
I thought we was friends.
Don't throw stuff.
Yeah,
Co-developed.
Stop. Jamie, stop throwing
Don't
stuff.
hit that light.
These were co-developed with Beyond Meat. Wasn't Beyond Meat the guy that bit the dude's ear?
Yeah, bit
Yeah.
their nose
Yeah.
off, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was at Arkansas of all places.
He ate like the most rare meat. He went cannibalistic.
Well, him and Mike Tyson, boy, they got his new venture on.
I'd be nervous if they go to dinner together.
Yeah,
What you guys eating?
man meat.
Man,
I go so many
meat.
places with this, and I'm not gonna do it.
On a little bit, so apparently another man had been, I didn't get to read this before, so it may just be dumb, but in Dusseldorf, a Dusseldorf patient become the third in the
Yeah,
world.
Hogwarts.
That's what I was about to say. Dumbledore.
Dude, I just heard
Dusseldorf? Where's that? That's
Germany.
Where does it
Gotta
Germany.
be in
Germany.
Germany.
He was the third to be confirmed free of AIDS causing virus after undergoing risky transplants that simultaneously beat his cancer. So I wanted to get into what the transplants were.
He had AIDS or
Gee,
cancer.
He apparently had both. Let me look that up. You were going to say
Dude.
something. You were going to say
Yeah,
I'm
something.
talking about the shitty luck.
What were you going to say, Fortenberry?
Look, when I was in school, we had remember how they'd get everybody together and have assemblies at school? Well, they came in talking about AIDS. You got to remember, we went to school, this was 90s when the AIDS pandemic was all the rage.
Yeah.
They were doing open forum where you could ask questions. And this guy said, can I have enough sex where I get rid of AIDS?
You just
Or like you
Spread the virus
eventually
so
like
much.
shoot it all out.
Yeah, you just get rid of all your AIDS.
Who asked that?
One of the kids in class with me.
You know, he was thinking.
he was.
He was thinking.
Wow.
Which, unfortunately, he died from AIDS.
Hey, Sam, asking for a friend. Did he really?
No, I'm just kidding.
No.
But that made the story even better, wouldn't it? Maybe not better.
No.
No, it would have made it better. Wah, wah.
Yeah, won't.
I'm having trouble getting to what the actual treatment is. But here it is. The patient underwent allogenic hematopoietic stem
about the
cell
blood.
transplantation in February 2013,
That's the first thing I understood in that whole thing. February
overseen
13.
by an international research team. It involves destroying the patient's unhealthy blood cells, replenishing them with those from a donor who had a mutation in their CCR5 gene that made them resistant to HIV. The man underwent chemotherapy and received infusions of donor lymphocytes, which are immune cells that can kill remaining cancer cells. So he had blood cancer too, and he went through this procedure and took care of both of
So
them.
there's a person out there that's like the cure, like Last of
Like
Us.
I was
She's
just
like
thinking
the
the
cure.
same thing.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just thinking there's a dude out there that's managed to get AIDS and cancer.
well, I was sitting
They
there.
got managed to get rid of both
I mean,
before Valentine's Day.
look, he got the shit. He got the
Actually, it
worst
was
luck.
on Valentine's Day.
He
I
got the
think.
worst luck I've ever seen, and then
The best
simultaneously the best luck ever.
If you listen to enough Bad Moon Rising, will you get the CCR gene?
Hit that button. He give it.
I hit the right button that time,
I was going with it.
and I didn't even have a label.
It was a good one.
Dad jokes. Can we do a whole channel of dad jokes by Gary?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or bad jokes? Bad jokes, dad jokes.
Bad
They're the same,
jokes.
right?
Same thing.
That was an awesome joke.
All right, let's see. Look, you can keep telling us the economy's good, but right now there are more than 800 big box retail stores that are set to close across the nation this year, including Bed Bath Beyond. Walmart has already announced a lot of closings, Gap and Party City. I don't know, but Party City, I only go there to like around Halloween. So
Well, they close every Halloween.
I thought they were out of business.
They close November 1st.
Party City's open like all the time. They just switch out their different stuff.
No, that's
Oh, I know what you're talking
that's
about.
Party City.
It's Halloween something or other.
You know, there's
Halloween
somebody that's
store.
really upset about that. They're like, crap, they're closing Party City.
yeah. Like, man, I need to go get a rainbow wig.
And the Toys R Us is coming back.
Is it really?
Ooh.
And I don't remember what country it was, but they're
Oh, it ain't
starting to bring them back.
Because I'm a Toys
Is it
R Us
mail
kid,
order?
so.
So when I was in South Africa, they still had a Toys R Us.
Really?
Did you go?
I walked by it.
Did they have babies or us?
You know,
I didn't see a Babies R Us.
you know, maybe it was me. My parents never would take us to Toys R Us.
Not neither, no.
I mean,
love
it was
Toys
tough
R Us.
enough to get us out of the toy aisle at Walmart, right? But
There's like a whole store full of toys.
The only time I ever went to Toys R Us was in the mall. We'd walk past it, and I'd run in, and my parents would grab me and drag me out.
Sad story.
It
a very sad story. Consumer debt hits record $16.9 trillion as delinquencies also rise. I mean, we can continue to say that unemployment's at all-time low. We can say that the economy's getting stronger. But with interest rates where they're at, debt continuing to climb, isn't that just a bad mix of things?
Yeah, I'll be real honest. So I have trouble with faulting people for debt when we have a government that just doesn't give two shits about debt.
We got a spending problem. Did we not bring in the most amount of taxes last year?
Probably.
Had,
think-
to,
I
had to
think-
give them to Ukraine.
And we gave them to Ukraine, and then he gave them to FTX, and then went back to the Democratic Party. It's like a circle.
Yeah, it's just a bad sign. It means people can't afford what's going on around them. I mean, inflation continues to go up. They're expected to raise interest rates again.
Dude, I went and bought food for the family before I came over here. Went to Little Caesars, $27.
That's pretty expensive for the little Caesars.
How many did you get? Four hot and readies?
Got one the stuffed crust pizza. Got
Oh, you went fancy.
chicken wing, and we got a breadstick.
Were they boneless chicken wings?
No, they have bones in them.
Old school. Old school.
But they weren't real wings. They were half wings. They were only.
They were party wings.
But you can't hardly drive through like a Wendy's or somewhere without it being $40 if you got four
Oh, yeah.
people in your family. I mean, it's gonna be 45.
No, I'm not hating on Little Caesars. I mean, that's still cheaper than what
Anything else?
I'd paid $40 at McDonald's.
You get a combo meal, and it's almost $10 now, depending on what you get.
Eating
You
at
got
home
cheeseburger,
is
fries.
expensive,
It is.
especially when you got as many miles to feed as Gary's got.
I know. I get a whole bag of chicken for like $10, and all them kids eat it too. It's all gone.
What's the solution? Where does this end?
Don't feed your kids.
Don't buy eggs.
Boneless chickens.
Boneless chicken.
That's the
Boneless
answer.
chickens.
Feed them Soil and Green.
Boneless
I'm gonna start raising
plant-based
boneless
chickens.
chickens right out back here. Okay, so
You probably don't need very much, just like a bucket.
I wonder if you could stack them.
Yeah,
Like, just throw 'em right on top of each
you
other.
stack them. You just run different
figure
tubes to their mouth.
They'd be like basketballs.
I wonder if they make boneless eggs.
It'd be like
think boneless chickens
it'd be like
would
holding
make
a
boneless
jug.
eggs?
It'd be like having a
Shell-less eggs.
jug of pudding.
It'd be.
All right, that's gonna be the deep thought for tonight. Parting words for tonight. Let's start with Donnie tonight. DW, what's your parting words for this evening?
Man, I don't know. This boneless chicken thing and plant-based chickens got me in my thoughts over here.
Go adopt a boneless.
I would
chicken.
like to hear that. I'd have liked to have been a fly on the wall during that argument.
It was quite entertaining. It happened multiple times. We would revisit it often, and I'm gonna see if I can get him to come on there. He's probably embarrassed about it now. Gary, what is your parting words for this beautiful Tuesday morning? People don't listen to it for 3 days later, so it could be
I
any
know.
day.
I just want to shout out to our sponsors. This episode was brought to you by the letter G and the number 7.
We're sponsored by the G7 Summit.
Yep, G7.
G7 something.
Okay.
All right.
Y'all didn't see that one coming, did you?
Fortenberry.
All right, I actually have useful parting words. Maybe it's just me, but I've
It's
begun
probably you.
repeated text message about my Amazon account.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, don't
Do
click
not,
that.
people, look me in the camera. Do not go hit that link.
Don't.
It
Your
is-
Amazon account is not been what was the word they used?
Something about your call. Something
Hey,
about
you know,
your
people will
page.
freak out about that
Let's
Amazon
look at it.
account.
I got it right here. because I got 2 earlier today. It was your Wednesday. No, that's church. Your Amazon account's on hold due to a billing issue.
Yes.
I wish it was. They quit billing me.
Yep.
People, please do not go click that.
Don't do it.
Maybe we should do one of those. Anyway,
Gary, give me your phone.
Okay.
Yeah, do that. Look,
We'll test it right now.
you know, I
Gary.
should have told them this before, but go hit the like button, leave a review, go tell your friends about us. I think we're getting a little bit better. I think we are. We did table the discussion about the Arkansas school system till probably next week. We just want to do a deep dive in it, make sure we bring you the most information we got. But go like us. Tell your friends. We're at 66 episodes. We're almost 10,000 downloads. We hit 10,000. What are we doing, guys?
Pappies.
We're going to get a pour of Pappies.
Not a bottle of pour.
We probably can't find a bottle. I've only seen one in a while. Ever.
Be hard to find a pour then.
We're gonna ask them to pour it in a
No.
Ziploc bag for
I know
us.
where to get a pour. Yeah, pour it in Gary's Ziploc bag.
Yeah, pour it in my Ziploc bag with a straw.
Maybe they got Pappies in the malt liquor version that we can find. Like Fireball.
Fireball.
Somebody done saved this
Outlaw.
All right, solid.